Yo, we are back on Marvel Rivals. Okay, today I wanted to do a Magneto guide. As you can see here, I am a Celestial 2 player, which is borderline top 500. I've actually hit top 500 a couple of times. I did it playing mainly Magneto. I'm going to try my best to give like in-game examples when I can. First off, we have his primary, which is called the Iron Volley. It has a range of like maybe like 25 meters. You also have your Mag Cannon, which is I'm on console, so for me it would be my L1. I think people call it on PC the left click. Alright, now his primary does do splash damage. If you shoot at the ground in front of them, it does do like some splash damage. The damage is not the best, but you know, it's there. If you shoot at max range and it explodes in the air, I believe the blast radius for the splash damage is actually bigger. So like, I can shoot from here and hit both targets at the same time. One thing I've seen people say before is that like you should shoot at the ground for splash damage. Do not do that. I don't know why people think that like shooting at the ground for splash damage is like good or like more consistent. Bro, literally just hit your shots, bro. Like, do not shoot at the freaking ground to like you do way more damage with like direct impact hits. If you're like in a match and you're doing this, like you're pretty much throwing. Like, just do not, like, bro, hit your shots, hit that direct impact and do for max damage. Okay, you can actually combo the Mag Cannon into your primary, which is your Iron Volley. When it's fully charged, it will actually boop them and do a knockback, and you can actually combo it into your primary to do like pretty good burst damage. Like, it's actually very strong and very powerful and really good for like finishing off like squishies. Magneto also has like a one-shot combo. It's not very consistent. Like, I think I've done this like maybe once or twice in the actual game. It's basically like primary Mag Cannon, primary melee. Pitiful. And it's an actual one-shot combo. You can do it in games like if you're able to, but I mean like it's not like super consistent. Like I would like it takes like some pretty decent aim to like land that shit. Like I would say like majority of what your kills are gonna look like is poke, Mag Cannon into primary like that. That's probably like your like on average I would say that's probably what majority of your kills should look like. Poke, Mag Cannon, finish them off. Now when it comes to the Mag Cannon and how often you should use it, in my opinion, I think like I've seen people that like they don't even let this thing charge up. Like they'll just keep like shooting it before it's fully charged like this. Typically, like you don't really ever want to use your Mag Cannon unless it's fully charged. Using your Mag Cannon when it's not fully charged, I don't think you're gonna get a lot of value out of that. I mean, maybe if like say somebody's one shot and like they're like out of your range of your primary, like they're like this far away, and then you just fire out your Mag Cannon without it being fully charged and then you finish them off like that. Like that's not a bad use of it, but in my opinion I don't think you should use this like unless it's fully charged, because in my opinion like that is just like the best way to like get maximum value out of your Mag Cannon, in my opinion. Now there are some niche like uses of the Mag Cannon, like for example, like say there is a tank that is like overextending, right, and he's like pretty much like in your front line, like it's a Hulk or a Thor or like just any a Doctor Strange, any tank, right? You can like get behind them and then Mag Cannon them, push them into your team, and then it will completely throw them off, and then like they will, I'm not saying like they're gonna die 100%, but like the chances of your team killing them is very high. Alright, so here was an in-game example of like that niche use of the Mag Cannon. Okay, so my team is pushing up, right? There's a Hulk on the other team. He's pushing up. You see, now he gets pulled in by our Invisible Woman, and now what I do is I turn around and I Mag Cannon push him into my team even further, and then watch what happens. I push him in, he pops his bubble, he jumps out, and he's dead. Like me booping him, I'm pretty sure me booping him like reset his jump, like the charge for his jump. I think, I'm not sure, but I just know it definitely messed him up, and because I did that, my team was able to like, you know, demech him, or make him go back into his Bruce Banner form. So that is a pretty good like niche use of the mag cannon. The mag cannon is also how you get picks with Magneto. This character can get kills. Just because you aren't a DPS does not mean that you aren't supposed to get kills. You need to get kills. This mag cannon, it does a lot of damage when it's charged up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get a lot of cheeky picks from just poking into the enemy backline, and then just 1, 2 mag cannon, finish them off. Like, it's very strong. Like, this will combo every single time. Like, that damage is it's a lot. Like, squishies will feel that when that shit connects. It's also good for like disrupting flankers. Like, for example, say there's a Psylocke like on an off angle, like trying to like poke at your backline or whatever, or a Black Panther, you know what I'm saying, that's diving onto your team. If you land like a mag cannon on them and you boop them, like, it will completely just mess up their entire flow of what they're trying to do, and they will probably like end up like either dying or they will just retreat. Like, here's a good example of like how to use his mag cannon into his primary, right? So there's a Moon Knight on the other team. He's out of position. He's trying to push up so he can use his ult. So he does get the ult off. I think he does kill like somebody on my team, but just take a look at this kill, right? So he's pushing up. I'm poking him. Mag cannon gets booped back. It's a primary. I mean, he is getting healed as I'm doing damage to him, but I still end up killing him, right? And then boom, he's dead. So that's like an example of like how you get kills like as Magneto, like with his primary into his mag cannon. Alright, now when it comes to Magneto's bubble, his bubble is very powerful. One thing that I've seen a lot of people talk about in other like Magneto guides is that like they will pop their bubble in order to just recharge their mag cannon. In my opinion, I don't think that's a good use of bubble, in my opinion, because once you pop your bubble, bro, like once you pop your bubble, especially like when you're in these higher lobbies, like good players will see that and they'll be like, okay, Magneto doesn't have his bubble, now I'm gonna go in. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you're just popping your bubble willy-nilly for no reason, just so you can like, gain back charges on your left click or whatever, like, I don't, in my opinion, I don't think that's a good use of bubble. And like it's better to use it when you absolutely need to save yourself or to save your teammates or to just enable like one of your DPS, or like say you have a Thor on your team that's charging in. It's better to like enable your team with, versus trying to use it just so you can, gain more charge for your mag cannon, in my opinion. But yeah, the best use of your bubble is to enable your teammates. Like, say you have a Strange in your team, and your Strange is like, you see him trying to go in and ult, right? The chances of him going in and, getting actual value out of that ultimate, it will just go up higher, right? Same with like your DPS. If you have a Magic in your team, a Black Panther, Iron Fist, or even a Thor, or like any kind of like dive / brawl character, like if you bubble them as they're going in, it will make them play better. Like it will make like the chances of them getting value out of like their dives will just go up like significantly. Your bubble is also like really good for like just peeling for your back line from divers like Black Panthers, Magics. Well, Magic is more of a brawler, but like say there's a Black Panther diving into my back line. If you bubble them, if Black Panther dashes through a bubble, like he will not get his dash reset back, and it will force him to either retreat or he'll just die. This is an example of a good peel. Their Doctor Strange uses ult here. Okay, he pops ult, and he hits my Bucky, and he hits my Invisible Woman, right? So instead of bubbling the Invisible Woman, because there's a Strange shield in front of her, I turn to my left and I bubble my Bucky instead, because he's not behind the shield. And then I end up popping my ultimate so I can suck up all the incoming projectiles, and then there's a Moon Knight and a Invisible Woman right here, and I end up killing the Moon Knight, I believe. yeah, that is a good use of the bubble and how you peel for your team. All right, so right here, my team is popping ults. My Strange pops an ult and my Bucky pops ult. Okay. So here, my Strange pops ult and he gets, I think, did he even get anybody? Okay, so he got the Mr. Fantastic, and my Bucky's going in and he's ulting, right? So what I do is I bubble him so that I can enable him, because obviously the other team is trying to kill him so they can eliminate the threat, because his ultimate is very powerful. So I bubble him so that just Strange right here can't, he can't kill him, obviously. And then, we end up killing him. He gets a reset, and then he goes in on these two supports, this Invisible Woman and this Rocket Raccoon. And then, yeah, like it's enabling your teammates as Magneto is very, very important. Another way to use your bubble is to bubble your other tank. Like, say you're playing with a Groot or a Doctor Strange, right? Typically they're going to be on the front line and you're going to be playing the off tank as Magneto, right? So if you see them like overextending, or say like they get CC'd, like they get pulled in by like an Invisible Woman, or like they get hooked by a Bucky or something, you want to bubble them. And as they're coming back, I haven't got to the shield yet, but what you want to do is you want to bubble them, and then you want to put the shield in front of them and walk back with them, and to block all the incoming damage. Alright, so right here, I'm playing Magneto, obviously, and I have a Groot on my team, and my Groot is on the high ground. Why, I don't fucking know. But he's on the high ground and he's playing the high ground, right? So right now I'm kind of frontlining, right? So then my Groot, he gets pulled by the Bucky off the high ground, and just watch what happens. So right here he gets pulled. Bucky, you see the hook, and he gets pulled. And I'm trying to bubble him, but as you can see, Magneto's range for his bubble is actually not that far. Like, it's actually like you have to be like, I think it's probably like maybe 20 meters or like maybe 25 at most. But like the range for it is not that far, because obviously from where I'm at and where the Groot's at, I can't put the bubble on him because he's too far away. So I'm trying to move up, and I get booped back by this Magneto. And I'm able to move up and put the bubble on him, obviously, but yeah, like you need to peel for your other tank as well, is basically what I'm trying to say here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, tanks are, they have like a lot of HP. Groot is like an 800 health tank. The motherfucker doesn't fucking die, or he's very hard to kill. But when you see them like overextending, or you see them like like a lot of pressure is getting put on them, put the bubble on them, or get in front of them, put your shield up and help them get back to your team, so that they help them get back to your team so that they can get healed up, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because if you lose that tank, that's very crucial, and you'll probably end up losing that fight. So I bubble the Groot, and he's able to stay alive because of that. I also get a good pick here on the Magic. Pretty good kill. But yeah, that is a good example of how you peel for your tank. I didn't put the shield up. I didn't, but because I didn't feel like I needed to. But yes, you need to peel for your tanks. But that is also the reason why you do not pop your bubble just so you can get extra charge on your mag cannon. Imagine if I pop my bubble there just so I can get my freaking mag cannon back, and then the Groot gets pulled, and now I can't peel for him, and then he dies, and then we lose team fight. That's why I'm saying you need to save your bubbles to enable your teammates or peel for them. Alright, so Magneto's shield. The uptime forward is not very long. I think the uptime forward is like maybe like 3 or 4 seconds. But yeah, his shield is basically like Defense Matrix from Overwatch. If you guys ever play Diva in Overwatch, she has a shield that basically just eats every projectile. And it basically can suck up like infinite damage, and it has like a 3 or 4 second uptime. Magneto's shield works basically the same way, except Magneto's shield can also block beams, and it can also block like it can pretty much block anything, honestly. You know what I'm saying? This shield, this is not a shield where like you stand in the choke and then you just hold it up for the whole duration, and then you drop it. Like that's not how you use his shield, okay? His shield is mainly used for yourself. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like it really is. It's mainly used for yourself and to block ults like Iron Man ult, other Magneto ults. You know what I'm saying? It can also, like I said, it can also be used to peel for your teammates. But I would say mainly, your shield is mainly just for yourself, bro. Like, on some real shit. You can also like cancel the shield by like repressing the button. You don't have to hold it up for the entire duration. But yeah, his shield is pretty straightforward. Like I said, like I like holding it in front of a choke to block off like meaningless damage is like kind of pointless. Like I would really just save it just to peel for yourself or for your teammates if you have to. If you're playing like at a choke, you should be playing behind cover anyway, so like you shouldn't need to hold up your shield like for no reason. I think Iron Man ult is probably like the most important. Iron Man and Strange ult is probably the most important one that you want to like look out for. Like for example, like if your team like if an Iron Man ult is being shot in your direction, do not pop your bubble. You want to pop your shield. Okay? You want to pop your shield instead. Obviously, if your shield's on cooldown and you shoots it, then yeah, pop your bubble, obviously. But you want to try and eat it with your shield, because if you eat it with your shield, like there won't be like an explosion. Like it would just like your shield would just eat the freaking ult. Like it's crazy. All right, now Magneto's ultimate. Mag's ult is pretty good. Actually, his ult is really good. It's really good. Basically how it works, if you don't know, when you pop Magneto's ult, it will basically suck up all of the incoming projectiles, and the more projectiles it sucks up, the more powerful it becomes. Also, the longer you hold it in the air, the stronger it becomes. And you can throw it down, and you can basically just one-shot any squishy in the game if your meteor is charged up enough. And you can even one-shot like supports through their support ults like Luna Snow, Mantis, Invisible Woman, Cloak and Dagger. You counter Cloak and Dagger like very hard. And this is the part of Magneto's kit that you need to get down. Like if you want to clown with this character, this is the part of his kit that you need to like get down, like to a T. If you can consistently get value out of your ultimates in this game, you will climb very high in this game, I'm telling you. But basically how you want to use Magneto's ult, you want to use it to basically counter other ults. Like you don't want to use it to engage or like use it like offensively like at all. Like I mean you can, it can work, but in my opinion I think it's more consistent if you use it like defensively to like counter other ults, or just use it to just suck up like all the projectiles that are like coming like at your team to like, you know, just to relieve like some pressure off your team. Magneto's ult is a hard counter to a lot of not a lot of characters, but like some characters. Like you counter Punisher very hard. You counter Cloak and Dagger extremely hard. Cloak and Dagger is probably the most important counter that you need to like, you know, understand and learn, because Cloak and Dagger is a very like powerful and meta character, and if you were able to play Magneto and basically like negate her ult every time she tries to use her ult, like you are going to win that game 100%. Like that is like it's so powerful. This is how you counter Cloak and Dagger, okay? So basically when she ults, right, like she gets 4 dashes. In between each dash she's basically stationary, and like it's very easy to land the meteor direct impact, and it will just completely one-shot her, because like stationary, like you can completely shut down this ultimate. I have a clip pulled up, right, of me countering Cloak and Dagger ult, right? So what you want to do is, right, usually like on the 3rd dash, that is like the best time to like throw your ult, because like it takes a little bit for, you know, his ult to charge up a little bit. So like usually by the 3rd dash, typically that is when you throw the meteor, right? Because like that is when you know for sure you can one-shot it, right? Now, but in this case, this is the best case scenario, okay? I'm telling you, if you're able to get this down, you will kill her. Like, well, I mean, it's not consistent because it does depend on like how much charge you get. But basically, like you can kill her like on her second dash if like when you pop your meteor, like if you get like a lot of charge, like the moment you pop your meteor, you can just chuck it at her like on the second dash, and it will just kill her instantly. And the reason why that is the best case scenario is because like it gives her less time to try and counter, right? Because like cloak and daggers, like what they usually do, like they will like try to dash behind the wall or something, or like if they have a strange or a Magneto on their team, they will dash back towards their strange or their Magneto, and they will put up their shield on the third dash, and then you know your ult will get blocked by the shield, or the Magneto can also just bubble her, which is also the best case scenario for obviously the cloak and dagger. But if you get enough charge to kill her like on that second dash, it will kill her like every single time, because like they usually like try to predict that you're gonna throw it on the third dash, because like once you get to these higher like ranked lobbies, like cloak and dagger players, they know how to counter it, right? So but they can only counter it on that third dash. On that second dash, like they're still pretty like vulnerable, because like you know they're assuming that you're gonna throw it on the third dash. But what I'm saying is that like if you get enough charge to one shot her on the second dash, you should always throw it and kill her before she can try to dash behind the wall, or go dash back towards their strange, or even Magneto will bubble her, because if you put the bubble on her too early, right, the bubble will not be there by the time she's on that third dash. That's the reason why Magneto has to wait until like at least the second dash, until like when you can put the bubble on her, obviously, right? Usually what happens is they will like throw it, or they will put the bubble on them when they think they're about to throw the meteor. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, in this example right here, she pops ult, I pop mine, and look, I have like 36 charge right now. I got 41 charge. 40 charge is the charge where like, okay, I can throw this bitch in one shot her. Like if you have, or even like 30, honestly, like it is kind of like, but I think 40 is the safe spot. If you get 40 charge instantly, like at the end of her second dash, just throw it. It will one shot her every single time. I throw it and she's dead on her second dash. They have a Magneto on their team. The reason why he didn't bubble her because he didn't want to bubble her too early, and then the bubble goes away and I can still kill her, because the bubble went away too early. You know what I'm saying? So obviously you can't predict me. You can't predict me like getting like a bunch of charge the moment I pop ult. You can't predict that, because you can't see how much charge I have. You know what I'm saying? So this is the best case scenario and what you want to look for. Obviously, if you don't get enough charge, you have to wait till the third dash, because if you throw it too early, you won't get enough charge, and she'll probably just eat the meteor, and then like you won't kill her. But honestly, bro, like even if you don't kill the cloak and dagger, say she dashes like behind cover or something, right, and you aren't able to kill her, right, like that's not a bad thing, because what cloak and dagger players want to do with their ult, they want to use it to take space. That's the reason why they always dash into the enemy team as they're ulting, is because like they want to create space for their team to move up, and by you scaring them and having them dash like behind a wall or some shit to get cover, by you are denying them that space, and then and by them not being able to take that space, like you are ultimately, even if you don't kill them, you are ultimately making her ultimate less effective. So like even if you don't kill her because she was able to evade, like you denying that space is still a very good thing. That's the reason why I think Mag's ult is so like powerful, because like even in like different scenarios, like say I pop my ult, like the fact that I'm in the air for like 3 to 4 seconds just sucking up all the projectiles that are being shot at my team, like even if the meteor pops and I don't get any kill, like me just being in the air for like 3 to 4 seconds just sucking up all those projectiles, like that in itself can be very valuable. Now here is an example of like what you do when you don't get a lot of charge, like as soon as you pop your ult, right? So I pop ult here, that's her second dash right there, I think, but I have 6 charge, so if I throw it now, I'm not gonna kill her. I'm not gonna do the full like 275 or 250 HP I need to kill Cloak and Dagger. So I have to wait till that third dash, and the third dash is right here, and then boom, I kill her. I think right there she was trying to dash back towards her Strange so that she can block it, but I guess she messed up the dash. The mag not bubbling her, I guess maybe it was on cooldown, I don't fucking know, but she got fucking dunked on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is how you counter Cloak and Dagger. Alright, now for Punisher, when he pops his ultimate, he is very stationary. His hitbox gets bigger, and he can barely move. Like he's very stationary, bro. Like when he pops this, he'll probably start shooting immediately, and then like this thing charges up your meteor extremely fast. So like I would just like learn and get down the timing for like the Punisher counter, because like it can throw you off like if you're not used to it. Now this is a good example of how you counter ult a Punisher, right? Alright, so basically what happens here, their Punisher pops ult, and now typically what happens like when you're in these higher rank lobbies, if there's a Punisher on our team and he's ulting, typically what they'll do is like sometimes like Doctor Strange will put his shield up in front of him so that the Magneto on the other team can't counter ult him, and he will block the meteor with his shield. I peeped that, and I decided to wait a little bit. So what I do here is I wait a little bit, and I see the Punisher back up a little bit, and then when he backs up, I see, okay, now he can't block my meteor, right? And now I pop my ult, I throw it immediately. Now you see how fast the meteor charged, right? Let's go back. Judge, jury, execute. Look how fast it's charging. I'm at 88% that fast. Like you have to like really understand the timing of this meteor. Now I'm at 88%. This meteor, even though like I just popped it, I'm at 88% charge. Like it's going to do crazy damage, and they're all like bunched up right here. So I end up getting a double kill right here. I killed the Psylocke. I killed the Psylocke, and I killed the Punisher, which is fucking huge. Like this is a huge play right here. But like I said, bro, like I said, this might not happen in lower ranks, but like once you get to these higher ranks, they are going to see this stuff coming, and then you have to like, you know, predict that like they're gonna try and like block that meteor. You also counter Star-Lord. Basically like Star-Lord, he flies in the air and he pops ult, and then he starts shooting. You can suck up all of this shit, bro. Suck up all the projectiles. Now the thing with Star-Lord is that like he might be a bit harder to hit because he's like literally flying in the air. Me personally, I would not try to hit him out the air. I mean, you can try it, you'll probably miss, but I mean, you can try it. Honestly, I would only do it if he's like close to a wall. Like for say he flies up and he pops ult and he's like right here, like next to this wall. I would throw the meteor next to him on this wall, and then it'll definitely kill him. But like if he's like out in the air like this, like somewhere like this, like just don't even try it, bro. Like literally just suck up as much as you can and then just chuck it at their backline or some shit. Now you can also one-shot Luna Snow through her ult as well, but her ult is a little bit tricky though, because like you have to like wait a little bit, because like when she pops her ult,
I am ready to put on a show.
like you see that she has 525 like shield, or she, you know, she basically doubles her health. You have to basically shoot her and try to get rid of her shield first, and then once you see that her shield is gone, that's when you can pop your ultimate and then try and one-shot her. Same with Mantis. Me personally, I wouldn't really try it with Mantis, because like Mantis, I mean, while you can do it, it's kind of hard, because like with Mantis, like she also like she gains a lot of shield, like 375 HP. Her ultimate also recharges her shield like as she takes damage. So like it's a bit more difficult with Mantis, but you can do it. Obviously it just depends on how much charge you're able to build up. So yeah, me personally, I wouldn't really try it with Mantis because it's kind of inconsistent. Same with Invisible Woman, you can one-shot her through her ult as well. But in my opinion, I wouldn't try it, like because she can literally just do this. Magneto was ulting in the air and he's going for me, I'm just gonna go invisible. And then it's like now you have to like pretty much like try and predict like where she went. Like it's obviously it's not consistent. Like so me personally, I wouldn't really go for it. Like if I see an Invisible Woman ult, like that's not like oh shit, I'm gonna pop my ult and try to one shot. Like no, that's not, like I wouldn't do that unless you physically see her like use her double jump. That's the only time I would really go for it. How to use Magneto's ultimate offensively. Like I said before, his ultimate isn't best when it's used offensively, but it can be used offensively. The best targets to go for when you are trying to like engage and use Magneto's ultimate like offensively. Never throw your ult at a tank. It will not kill them unless they're like one shot or like they're like, you know, very low. It will not kill them. Do not throw your ult at a freaking tank. Punisher, very stationary character. He does have a zip line, but throwing it at Punisher is not a bad idea. You or I mean honestly, bro, like if there's a Punisher on the other team, literally just hold your ult until you see him ult. Once you see him ult, that's when you pop your ult. Hawkeye isn't bad, even though people don't play this character that much, but Hawkeye is not bad. Magic, don't do it. She has iframes in her portals. Don't do it. Moon Knight is a good one. He has a double jump, but he's not a bad target. Squirrel Girl as well has a double jump, but she isn't a bad target. Just make sure that you bait out their cooldowns first and then pop your ult. Bucky is a really good target. He's very stationary. He only has that punch as mobility. So yeah, Bucky's a really easy target. Namor as well, but the thing about Namor, he can go into like his little bubble. So like I said, you have to like put pressure on him and bait out his basically make him use his bubble, and then after you see him pop his bubble, that's when you rise up and then you use your ultimate and then you dunk on him. For the supports, Mantis, she has no movement abilities besides like that passive that makes her run faster. She's a very easy target. Luna Snow, the same way, very easy target. Cloak and Dagger, Cloak and Dagger has a fade, so she can really just like, you know, dodge that shit very easily. But if you're going to use your ultimate offensively, you need to like wait out the cooldowns. Wait for her to pop her fade, and then once she pops her fade, that's when you pop your ultimate, and then you kill her the moment you see her you know, pop her fade. Invisible Woman, I just said, she can go invisible, you can't see her. Obviously not a good target to throw it at. Also Adam Warlock, he has no movement abilities. He does have Soulbind, his soul bond shit, that shit will completely just eat your meteor, because it will bond the health bars of him and his teammates, and he will just eat that shit. So if you're going to use your ultimate offensively on an Adam Warlock, you need to like bait out the soul bond, like make him just wait for him to pop that shit, and then that's when you can go in after that shit goes away. Now when it comes to matchups, Magneto, in my opinion, doesn't have any like super hard counters, except for like Wolverine, because Wolverine is a tank buster. So obviously Wolverine just counters every tank in the game. But Magneto is actually like the best tank to play into Wolverine, because Magneto can actually peel for himself, which is by popping the bubble. This doesn't guarantee that you will not get killed by Wolverine, but it will like make it easier for your team to help and peel for you if you get grabbed by a Wolverine. But Wolverine is a very annoying character. I'm not gonna lie. Once you get to the higher ranks and you start playing against good Wolverine players, I'm telling you, that character will shut you completely down. The best advice that I can give for you is to ban him. Wolverine is he gets banned a lot. He is like probably like one of the most banned characters right now. He's very frustrating and annoying to play against. I'll just ban him every game. Like that is my best advice. Ban Wolverine. That Wolverine is so annoying to play against. Just ban him every single time, bro. If Wolverine does somehow slip through the cracks and you have to play against a good Wolverine player, good luck. good fucking luck. The best advice I can give you is like just try and keep your distance, and just try to be aware of like where he's at like at all times. Another like bad matchup for Magneto is if you're playing against a team that's running Thor and Captain America. I'm not gonna lie, that comp is very fucking annoying, especially when you're playing Magneto, because like Thor and Captain America, they're basically like melee, like dive / brawl characters, which Magneto isn't the best against, because Magneto is the best against like poke, like projectile characters. Like he's not the best against melee characters. So like I mean, obviously you can play Mag into that comp, but like it will feel a bit annoying because like those characters will just keep rushing you down, like like, and obviously like Magneto has like a get off me card. Like he has the fully charged up mag cannon, which can like keep him away like that, but like it can be very annoying to deal with. Another bad matchup is basically like any dive, like Spider-Man, Black Panther. Like these characters are insanely hard to hit. Like bro, trying to hit a Spider-Man in the air and a Black Panther when he's doing his dash resets is like literally impossible. Like Iron Fist is also another character that's very annoying to play against as Magneto. Just not a very good matchup. I wouldn't say any of these characters are like counters to Magneto, but they just aren't like favorable matchup, if that makes sense. Magic is a very good, like very strong melee character. She's probably the best like melee DPS in the game, honestly. Magneto against Magic is probably like the best matchup. Like I guess if like in terms of like all the melee characters in the game, like because like Magic, like the way that you fight against Magic is that like what you want to do is like you don't want to shoot her like the moment you see her. You want to wait for her to pop the portal, because when she pops the portal, she is like she has invincibility frames like when she's like in the portal. So the moment she pops out the portal, you hit her with the mag cannon immediately. Mag cannon into primary, and it will do a substantial amount of damage, and it will probably force her to either die or she'll just like retreat and back up. Obviously it's easier said than done, but but that is probably the best way to like, you know, to counter a magic, and magic isn't like typically like these characters aren't really going for you, they're really going for your backline. So like I'm trying to tell you like how to like peel for your backline basically. Magneto also has a very good team up with Scarlet Witch. In my opinion, I think Scarlet Witch is a very underrated character, especially like when she's like teamed up with Magneto. She infuses your sword with like dark magic or some shit, and you can do these sword slashes that have like good range, and they do a lot of damage, and they basically like 3-tap squishies 1, 2, 3, and he's dead. Very powerful. Basically like how you want to use this, you want to use it like when you want to be aggressive. The mag cannon combo still works with the metallic sword. Like it basically just 3-taps them. Like it's actually like kind of busted, low key. Like this is crazy. Like that is actually kind of nuts. And it works from any range as well. Like whenever you want to push up and be aggressive, and you know maybe try and get a pick on their backline, just pop this and just start sending fucking sword slashes, and you will just shred anything. Like it does so much damage. It's very strong. You probably won't get this team up a lot because Scarlet Witch is seen as like one of the worst characters in the game, and yeah, a lot of people just don't play her that much. But I do get it sometimes, and when I do get it, like I'm telling you, bro, not even just me, but like Scarlet Witch be going crazy. I'm telling, this character is underrated, bro. I swear. That's pretty much it for the guide. This video is pretty much like the best advice that I can give you based off of like, you know, me just climbing with basically just playing Magneto primarily. I think I'm really good at this character, and I feel like I really master his kit to a T. So yeah.